Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to try is the key word, kind of like an Easter theme, kind of like the Stairway to Heaven. I got the inspiration from Paint with Josh, and I added an angel. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off, so this might become a cloud. I'm not sure. And I'm going to use, I've already covered it with the liquid clear. And I'm going to put a layer of purple on the top. And I'm going to do a blue, maybe a blue and a purple mixture on the bottom. Just because I want the clouds in the sky part to look different than the seascape. Now I'm trying a seascape. I suck at crashing waves, but I'm going to attempt it. If it doesn't work, I'll scrape it off and we'll, I don't know, do something else. So I'm just going to pick up my dioxazine purple, and we are going to cover everything over. Now I want there to be not too much paint, but enough that when we do, the clouds, that we're going to be able to get like a nice shadow. So I'll just put a little heavier on some areas. And then I'm just going to brush this kind of like that. And then I'm just going to wipe this. And we are going to pick up some phthalo blue. Yeah, I didn't pull the Prussian out. So we'll just use the phthalo blue. And then we're just going to need some titanium white. And that's it. And maybe add some liquid white. But yeah, there's not going to be a ton of colors in this particular painting. I've got there's 5 different combinations that I want to try. So I figured I would start with this one. And maybe later I'll go live on my other page and we'll do a different one. We'll see how this one comes out. All right, so I'm just going to put the blue down here at the bottom, and you'll probably be able to see this blue a lot more. And I am going to leave a little bit where I'm going to put some brown. Let me just clean this. So I want to get this done because I've got to get, this afternoon, I've got to, get my housework done and stuff. Tomorrow I'm having everybody over for Easter. And I'm going to use the Van Dyke Brown in this little area down in here. So basically now we have the bulk of our colors on. So I'm just going to set this brush aside because I have a clean one here that I can scumble out my clouds. So let me see. I'm going to use a couple of fan brushes. This one seems to be a little softer in this one. All right, let's try this one. We're just going to pick up the titanium white. And we're just going to, I'm going to start with like one cloud at a time so that I don't completely screw it up. All right, and then we are going to take our, maybe I'm going to take my 1 inch because I think I can control this a little bit better. So we're just going to blend this out. Just to kind of really make it nice and soft. All right. So I'm just going to wipe some of the purple, pick up some more white, and again, we're just going to blend that around. And the more you blend, the darker they're going to get because they're going to pick up more of that purple underneath. And that one got kind of big. So we'll just make our other one underneath here a little bit smaller. I'm just wiping my brush off. All right, so it's kind of looking, and then we're just going to put a little something in here. Because we don't want to go too low because you know, we have our horizon line. Now, I want to get a few in on the other side, but this side I think I'm going to we're gonna, because I left more room on this side, but you know, we obviously we need something up in this area. And I do want it to look like, you know, like the cloud, she's behind the cloud. And then if we have to go back and, you know, lighten a few, we can. Just gonna pick up a little bit more white. And just so we have, you know, gotta have something at the top. Like I said, I'm making this one my own, but I'm using, you know, the inspiration from Paint with Josh. I can just... All right. So I'm going to set these two brushes aside, and we're going to take my liner brush, and we are going to brighten up our cross. Ooh, I like that. All right. And now we've got to brighten our stairs. And then we'll fade the edges of these here in a minute, so that it looks like they're in the clouds. Now, some of these we would see a little bit more of the step, because, you know, they're getting a little bit closer. And I'm just kind of using my finger here to just kind of blur a little something in there for now. All right. You know, and try to keep them somewhat even, but again, they are, you know, they're in the clouds, so I don't think they would be too bright. And let's see, we're gonna get all right. Now I'm going to take this small little fan brush, and we're just gonna just kind of smooth these out just a little bit. Gonna wipe that off. I'm just kind of wiping that little bit of brightness out of there. And obviously, these we would definitely see a little bit more of the step. Now we could also do this with the palette knife, but because of the angle that I'm working on, For me, I think it's easier to use a brush. And I'm just going to pick up a little bit of purple. And we're going to put that in there. So any of those areas that I want to make dark, I'm going to put a little bit of that purple back in. And then we'll just add a little bit of the white. All right. Kind of liking that. And our clouds are lighter on this side. You know, I don't know if there would be a brighter spot in heaven or not, but that's kind of what we're doing here. So I'm just going to pick up my fan brush and just kind of give a little bit more something around these stairs here. And just do the same thing on this side. And then we'll just blend this all in. All right. Just lightly blending that. Getting a little bit more of that purple in there. Okay. So now I'm going to use my liner brush and get my palette knife. I'm going to mix up two different colors. I'm going to mix some purple in the white to make like a medium purple, and then the white, because I want the shadow areas, you know, to definitely show up when I put the white on. And I might have to go back in and add black, or we'll see. All right, I'm just gonna wipe this, and let's try going in with the white now. I want it to look like she's kind of just an angel floating. And I actually kept out my small acrylic brush just so I could try to really get a softness in these wings. And I'm just picking up the pure white now. Let me just do her dress here. Now, I have never done anything close to being a body shape in oil, so this is a first, guys. I'm just gonna blend that out. So we're getting some different all right, now just gonna pick up the white and just try and get and I'm just going to just bring that cloud so I don't have to worry about putting feet in. All right, so I'm liking that, but I think she definitely needs some darker. So I'm just gonna pick up that really dark purple and all right. All right, I'm gonna wash this. And I'm just gonna pick up some more white and all right. All right. So let me just... And I'm gonna put a little bit more. And then I can just go over those few areas with a little bit more of the white. All right, let me take the white and all right. So that's looking good. Let me wash. I'm probably going to use a fan brush instead of the knife. I don't know yet. So I just want to get my brushes clean so I have them for the bottom. All right. So I don't know if I like my angel or not, or if I should make her more white. so she stands out from the clouds. Oh well, I'm going to continue and then I will have to make a decision. All right, so all right, this has got a little bit of purple in it, but that's fine. Let's see, we're gonna I'm gonna start something like that. Oh, I don't know, guys. I don't know. All right, so now I might have too much blue, but we'll see. So I'm just getting my little ridge here. All right. I need a little brush so we can kind of get an eye. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit and let's see. So we have to leave that little bit of dark up at the top. Blend that out. And add just a little bit more white. All right, so this is where it's gonna start crashing down, and this one is where we're going to pull it up. But let me take a fan brush and let's get our back area done. So we want just gonna smooth. Like I said, I don't think I've actually done a crashing wave in oil yet. So, that being said, all right. Let's see. I'm just gonna a little bit more white on there. All right, I'm gonna take my brush, and then we can go back in and put our line above. All right, and I'm just going to I don't know, guys. I don't know. And then this is going to be like where our water, so we have to start coming in. See, I gotta have something to tell me what I'm doing. So this is our main water line. Okay, so now I can and then the closer it gets over here, the more we have to start curling that up. All right, let me try the knife. Spread it out, get a thin roll. And then I'm just all right, so let me get some more white. It's not looking as bad as I thought it was gonna. There's like certain things that I want to master that I have not been able to, so just maybe it's starting to crash. All right. I'm just gonna, no, I'm not gonna do that. Hang on. All right, so just gonna kind of get a little bit of a, so we have a little bit of a water line here. Now, some people run their shadows like completely smooth. I kind of wait to see what it looks like. Because I like there to be that little bit of and I gotta put a little bit more dark in there, but all right, so that definitely is looking like and this is the blue. I'm just trying to get a little bit of more darkness. Underneath. All right. Now I'm just going to smooth this in here a little bit. All right, that's not looking too bad. It's better than I thought it was going to be, put it that way. And now, let me use a different fan brush. All right. And all right. Now I'm going to pick up just a touch of, I'm going to wipe some off, the kind of burnt sienna. And I'm going to just a hint of white through there. Wipe that off. And then I'm just going to go back and I'll go back in and put the water lines. I just want to get a little bit more of a all right. I'm going to take a little bit of my liquid white and I'll just stick my knife in there. I wanted to stir it, but my sticks are on the other side, so I'll just do that. I'm going to take some white and that white, and we're going to make a thinner color white. A thinner color white. Is that even, yeah. You know what I mean. A thinner white. Oh, gosh. All right. So, let's see. Okay, that's all. That's looking okay. I'm definitely thinking that all right. So now I'm going to clean my 2 fan brushes here. Well, this came out a little better than I thought. I mean, it's not perfect, but you know, I can deal with that. Let's put a little bit of foam in this area, some like little splashes. So I'm just going to take white on the end, and I'm going to test it. Okay, so that's, I'm just testing this to make sure that I'm not going to get too much. I'm trying to keep it more to the bottom, you know, a little bit heavier at the bottom, and then you know, a little bit going up. And we might have a little coming up here. All right. I'm going to take this fan brush and not what I wanted to do there. And I definitely want a little bit more. I don't want this so perfect. You know what I mean? Because water wouldn't be, you know, perfect there. So I'm just gonna there. And Okay. All right. Now, I want to brighten anything up. I'm going to use the liquid white. Just to make those stand out a bit more. Do the cross one more time. And maybe just add a little bit. I'm just using like the liquid white. Just trying to make like some of these just stand out just a little bit more. Just, I don't know, I think it's adding a little bit more of a little bit of a dimension to it. You know, just kind of, not maybe all of them, but a few. You know, especially like by the stairs, and then just kind of blend it. Yeah, I'm liking this. you know. And then you can just kind of mess it in, and it just gives, I don't know, a little bit more. All right, I think I'd like to put a little bit more purple in there, but I'm afraid I'm going to ruin it. You know, like especially in this one here. All right. All right. So my only thing is my angel. I think I'm just gonna make her white. So I'm just gonna take the white or add more white to it. All right, I think I'm gonna leave it like that. All right, so let me hold it up and show you guys. Clean my brushes here, because I know I gotta start getting stuff ready for tomorrow. So if I don't make it back down, I don't want my brushes to be all cucky tomorrow. But I did want to jump on, at least say Happy Easter. Hopefully you guys have a fantastic Easter. All right, so this, let me move my easel here so you can, so I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's okay. I think I can live with it. All right, guys, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, and I will see you guys later. Bye.